Welcome back. In the last task, you created an account and learned some of the features of Figma. In this task, you will start to design the app in Figma by learning about wireframes. The average person sees a web page or an app and thinks, wow, that looks great, and clicks or swipes without giving it another thought. In this project, we are going to look at the thought that is put into designing a web page or an app. The app does not look the way it does in the end from the very beginning. Some thought has to go into the design and what is making up the app. We will start our app with those pieces. If you're interested in learning more about user design, Figma has lessons you can read, and I also found the Best App Designs article to be helpful to know what is in a great app and what it looks like. The article really focuses on the fact that apps are made for the user in mind to have a positive experience. If you decide to build a web page, I also found an article about the top 11 web page designs and what to keep in mind. You may want this as a reference for future projects. Going back to the app, let's look at the two that the article mentions. In the Calm app, we see the different parts of the app that the designer added to make the experience easy for the user. There is a background photo, interactive photos, and an icon bar for navigation that always stays at the bottom of the page. You can design an app like that. Remember the constraint button we learned about in the last task? Now take a look at the Airbnb app. The first page of the app is broken up into sections based on themes, and there is a search bar at the top. On other parts of the app, there is interactivity with the map and icons to choose, along with the static Book Now option at the bottom. If you guessed they used the constraints option to make it stay in place, you might be right. Let's get started on designing your app. You can follow along with the design that I am making, or you can change the shapes or layout based on what you have in mind for your app. For the app I am working on, it will be for a nonprofit called #ICanHelp to inform users of what the organization can do for them. I will use the web page to make sure my app aligns with the content and look of the web page. I'm going to approach it similarly to the Calm app's first screen. If you want to have a bottom toolbar, you can choose the square icon on the top and choose the location, then drag to the size you want. Then double-click on the name given rectangle in the left side layer panel and change the name to Toolbar. If you click off the name anywhere, it will unselect the name. To work on this layer, you will need to click on the rectangle to select it from your canvas. The app gave it an automatic gray color. Do you also notice the center line shown to tell you if you have placed the shape appropriately? When creating the wireframes, you do not have to worry about color, but if you would rather get an idea of color, you can choose the fill option from the right side design panel and choose the color that you want. You can have a solid color from the color bar, or you can use the upper left drop-down menu to change to linear, radial, angular, diamond, or even an image. For the toolbar purpose, I'm going to leave mine solid, but you need to go ahead and try them all out for yourself to get an idea. Next, fill in other rectangles for the purpose of your app. I will add 3 for the main areas of the organization. Just like other programs, you can copy and paste one of the shapes to keep them consistent on the page. You can use Ctrl+C to copy and Ctrl+V to paste, or use your right-click mouse options. You can also use the guidelines to help the shapes align. Make sure you add the text that you will want on your app's homepage. Choose the text icon on the top toolbar and type in the text. If you do not type in any text, your text box will disappear. You can use the right side panel to adjust the font size and location within the text box. Do not forget to go back and label your layers that you created. Right now, this is a wireframe, and your teammates would know what each shape is for because they are all labeled. Wow, look at that. You are well on your way to creating your app design. In this task, you started to design the app homepage in Figma by learning about wireframes. In the next task, you will add components to your wireframe.